reflect this rectangle across the line y equals x minus 5? Well, in this problem, we basically have to realize how to graph that line in case they don't give it to you. So remember, y equals mx plus b. You need that in order to graph this correctly because the letter b is -5. It stands for the y-intercept, which the y line is right there. So at -5, let's use red. At -5, it will be right there. And m is actually the slope. And the slope is in front of the x, which is there's a 1. So my slope is actually 1. M is equal to 1. And if you ever wanted to write slope, remember slope is always the rise over the run. So how do we turn this number into a fraction? We just put a 1 at the bottom. So you know you're going 1 up because it's positive and 1 to the right because the bottom one is also positive. So does it make sense how this purple line is actually correct? Because you go 1 up, 1 to the right, 1 up, 1 to the right, 1 up, 1 to the right, and so forth. You're touching all the lines you're supposed to, all the points. Well, now that you know this, guys, now that we know the purple line is correct, we want to reflect these 4 points of the rectangle across the purple line. Well, how do we do this? Very simple. Basically, we got to get these points to touch the purple line and cross it to reflect on it. Reflect is like a flip. So let's start with the easiest one. Let's start with point F. Now, point F needs to get to whatever point on the line. I would choose this one right here because it's right underneath it. So how many do I need to go down to touch that purple line? I have to go, if I'm at 3, that's at 0. I need to go 3 down. Now, you know how a reflection works, that when you're going down, you're not going to keep going down because a reflection is like a mirror. It's inverted. So instead of keeping going down, I'm actually going to go right to the 3 because we want to cross this purple line. So if we go 3 to the right instead of 3 down, we're actually going to touch this point. This is going to be considered my F prime, or F with the apostrophe means that it's the copy. It's what we did to the original. So that point will be 8, 0. So we got our first one, guys. Our second one, let's focus on, how about we do E? E is -3, 3. So we want to, let's go to the same point. How about that? So we go 3 down, right? Because we're at 3, we're touching here. And how many to get to 5? Well, that's 1, 2, 3, and then 5 more. That will be 8, right? So that's 8 to the right. So instead of going 3 down and 8 right, we're going to go 8 down, and you guessed it, 3 right. So if I go 8 down, that's going to be all the way to -8. And then 3 to the right, it will be right there. Gotcha. And that's going to be E prime, which is 8, comma, -8. And there's your E prime. Cool. Now let's have 2 more. We have H. Now for H, like I said, you don't have to go to the same points. Let's go to the easiest point for me. The easiest point to touch is this one, which will be considered to -3, correct? If I wanted to touch this point, how many do I need to move? I'm at -3. I want to touch 2. So I go 3 and then 2 more. That will be 5 to the right. So because it's inverted, instead of keep going right, I go 5 down. So that will be, if I'm at -3, I go 5 down. That'd be at -8 right there. That's going to be H prime. And that point will be considered, let's see, that's the x is 2. And now this is -8. There you go. And the last one. The last one is the trickiest one because, look, we're talking about letter G. But letter G is already on this side of the reflecting line. You have to reflect every single point. So because it's on the right side, you need to reflect this guy over here. All right? What's the easiest way to do this? Well, how about we touch the point on the line that's directly above? I'm at -3. I go all the way to 0. That's 3 up. But instead of keep going up, it's inverted. So we're going to go 3 to the left. So 3 to the left would be right there. That would be my point. We're going to call that G prime. And that's going to be 2, 0. Well, if I were to combine these points, guys, let me use a different color. Let's use green. How about that? And let's combine these lines. If I were to combine these lines, oh, that's ugly. If I were to combine these lines, guys, you're gonna notice how this is our reflected rectangle, and it's across this line, and basically each point matches with their corresponding point.